Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 3 now of Are We Strong Yet? My little podcast, YouTube series, whatever you want to call that. I'm Zach. I'm still the guy in the basement. Welcome. We're down here in the Weenie Hut once again, and we're just going to again do a little training update, and I'm going to talk a little bit, and that's going to be that. All right. I'm trying to get this done during nap time, so we'll see if I can actually make this happen, or if I got to cut this super short, or just try again later. We'll see. But if you're watching this version, it means it somehow worked out. So with that being said, we'll just get right into it. Okay, diet update this week. I checked in on Carbon early this week just because I knew I wasn't going to be labeled as compliant. So long story short, guys, I got sick as a dog on Monday. Was completely wiped out Monday. Felt a little better Tuesday and still took Wednesday off from training just to be safe. But man, Monday and Tuesday was rough. So I knew the intake, the output was all kinds of messed up. So a thing you can do on Carbon is you can check in early. So, and it just kind of closed off that week entirely. And we're starting fresh. Okay. So I got back on the diet on Wednesday, but because Monday and Tuesday was just all over the place. Okay. But hey, we're still down. I think even that over that stretch Carbon said I still lost like a pound, which is kind of crazy. And then I even had a record low weigh-in this morning at 235.6. So that could be a flash in the pan and see if we can sustain this kind of weight. But for me, that's an all-time low. I haven't been anywhere near 235 in a couple years. For reference, I got like my ACL done probably 4 or 5 years ago now. It's been a couple years since I got my ACL done. But I remember like the morning of my ACL surgery, I was 242. And even then, I was like, damn, that's too heavy. And then it just got worse. But so, man, like we're cooking. So even with the setback, we're still cooking. But that's really it for the diet. The real bummer about getting sick on Monday was on Sunday, and this will just flow right into how the training's going. You know, on Sunday, I started day one of the new training block, and felt awesome, guys. Felt awesome. I was excited. Right back to it. I got the workout done in under 40 minutes. Like we were cooking, we felt great. So to go from feeling so awesome on Sunday to like deathly ill on Monday was a real bummer, and it was a real bummer to kind of kill the momentum. But it is what it is, right? So we got back. We took Monday was a planned rest day, but that ended up getting sick anyway. Tuesday couldn't have trained even if I wanted to. I took Wednesday off from training just to be safe. Got back to training Thursday, Friday. So only had 3 lifts this week. I know we shoot for 4, but only had 3 lifts this week and really didn't do any of my conditioning just because I'm really just easing my way back into it and not trying to be too greedy, because I've definitely had times in the past where if I was still kind of sick and I worked out, it just made me feel exponentially worse. So I'm trying to be cool. But for the workouts that I did have this week, felt awesome. Plain and simple, felt great. You know, it was week 1, day 1, started the new leader template like I talked about last week. We came out of the gate hot, feeling really good, really excited to move into week 2 and just keep it going. I'm feeling really good the way, like really not much else to say. The workouts felt awesome outside of being sick as a dog. Excuse me. But again, even with that, you know, sure, the week's a little off, but you guys got to remember we're playing the long game. I'm going to say that a lot. I said it last week. I'm going to keep saying it. Just a blip on the radar. You know, we took those days off because we needed to. We got back on plan on Wednesday, and it's like nothing even happened, man. We're cooking. So that's really it for the training update. Short and sweet, just because there's not much else to talk about other than getting sick, missing a couple workouts. It is what it is, right? What I do want to talk about today, because I thought it was really appropriate, was the all or nothing fallacy. I know this is something I've been guilty of in the past, something I still try not to fall into, and I know it's something a lot of people, when it comes to diet and training, really struggle with, is like all or nothing. Like, oh man, I have my diet perfectly laid out, but then someone brings donuts to work or something, right? And you're sitting there like, damn, a donut would be pretty cool right now. But instead of just either saying no to the donut, or just you can try to make the donut fit in your macros, or man, you can just like eat the donut and get on with your life. a lot of people will fall into the pitfall of like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be off on my calories today, eat the donut, but then continue to like, well, since I'm already off by like 200 calories or whatever, might as well have XYZ. And then you turn a 200 calorie little sweet treat into like a 1,000 calorie, like now by the end of the day, like you're way the fuck over, right? Like you let that one little thing, again, all or nothing, where it's like I could either be 100% locked in or the train falls completely off the tracks. Same, it's like, oh, well, man, I missed one workout, so I might as well take the rest of the week off and start fresh next week. Like, no, like, why would you do that, right? Like, no, you missed one workout, you're feeling better when you have time, or you just got whatever your situation is, like, just get back on the horse, man. Like, it, one little interruption shouldn't derail the whole show. But I think the all or nothing fallacy is something a lot of people deal with, where I think a lot of people have a hard time just kind of being cool, right? Of walking that line of, hey, you know what? It's not that serious. You know what? I'll have a little treat here. I'll have a little whatever here. Or maybe, you know what? Man, I'm feeling really beat up. I got to take the day off from the gym. Or, you know what? I have whatever social event, or like, you know what? I can either go work out or I can go hang out with my friends. And I haven't seen my friends in a while. So, like, dude, go hang out with your friends, right? And then just get back on program the next day. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be these big swings. Because I think I read some stuff where it showed like people who like restrict too heavily, and then you do like these big restrictions, specifically in reference to dieting. I think the all or nothing fallacy is something that people struggle with more so dieting than training, at least in my experience, personal experience, and just by like talking to people. But like, you know, you do these super restrictive, man, I'm only eating 7 calories right now, you know, or whatever, right? Like some super fucking, and then like the second they deviate at all, though, like the train falls completely off the tracks, and then they binge, right? Because they're like, oh, I'm so hungry, or like they wanted that sweet treat so bad. Like, no, man, like it doesn't have to be that way, right? So I guess that's really what I wanted to highlight, because it was relevant this week. Of like, I could have, because I was sick, right? I could have just balled out, turned this whole week into an absolute night, like shit show, training diet wise, and been like, man, maybe I'll just start fresh next week. Like, no, like the days I was sick, I didn't really worry about what I was eating. I was just trying to keep food down. Okay. You know, and the second day where I felt a little better, I'm like, again, we're just going to eat some good food. We're not really going to worry about the calories. We're not going to worry about the macros. Like, let's just worry about getting back to baseline. And then Wednesday, I felt fine. Back to eating on the meal plan Wednesday. Took an extra rest day Wednesday. Back to training Thursday. Like, we don't need to wait for a new week or a new whatever, right? Like, we can just, hey man, that was a little interruption. We got through it. Let's get back on plan, all right? And I think having a plan in place that you can stick to consistently, but also like, hey man, if shit goes wrong, you just get back to plan. Over the long term, it's going to be way better than trying to like super restrict yourself to the point where you're going to go crazy. And then the minute, like if you make a plan that's so rigid it can't bend, it will break before it bends. You're not really setting yourself up for long-term success, okay? So please just, if you're one of these people out there listening where you're guilty of the all or nothing thing, like just cut it out, okay? Like just, it doesn't have to be that way, man. All right? Like you can have your little deviations, because also like, yeah, the ideal situation, going back to my scenario of, let's say a home skillet brings donuts to the break room at work, right? The ideal situation is, hey man, you stay disciplined, you say no to the donuts. You say no to the, if you're a Jocko fan, you say no to the sugar-coated lies, right? But shit, man, sometimes a donut just kind of hits, all right? If that's the case, like, enjoy your treat. You work hard, life's good, treats are awesome, but just maybe the rest of the day, you know, stay locked in. Or like, hey man, maybe you had another snack planned later that day. Maybe don't eat that snack, and then your calories will break even, right? Or again, just don't even worry about it. And then, hey man, tomorrow we'll be back on plan 100% tomorrow. We were only, again, talking about 80-20, right? As long as you're not 20ing your 80, you're going to be fine. But you don't have to You don't have to make it that hard, man. But sort of all I just wanted to highlight that, where I think if you're really in this for the long term, which you should be, like fitness, strength, whatever, like again, we're playing the long game. It's really a lifelong dealio. We're playing in terms of weeks, months, and years, not days. Then you gotta make a little room to bend sometimes, okay? Now, again, this is for people who are just general, want to be a little in better shape. Like I said before, I think if you're like an actual competitive athlete in like contest prep, I think different rules apply in that situation. Like if you have a contest prep, like brothers say no to the donut, you know what I mean? But I digress. Now I'm just going in circles, okay? So we're gonna cut it real short this week. Nothing, really nothing else, guys. Just give yourself some grace. All or nothing will get you nothing, okay? Give yourself some grace. Just be cool. Just remember, we're playing the long game. If you deviate from the plan, just as soon as you can, get back on the plan and stay the course. That's really all I got. Like I said, I missed a bunch of days this week, but man, we're still on pace. We still made progress. We didn't make as much progress maybe as we could have, but we still made forward momentum. I'm moving into this next week feeling awesome. Don't worry about it, okay? That's really all I got. Short and sweet today, actually. I know I said short and sweet last week, but it still was like 30 minutes. This one actually, again, I don't have I got to start setting a timer or something to see, like, so I actually know, like, while I'm doing this, how long it is. But that's all I got this week, guys. So, thanks to everybody who commented, liked, subscribed, for all the positive feedback I've been getting. Again, if you guys want to see more workouts, if you want to see more, want me to talk about anything specifically, just let me know what you want to see more of, and I'm happy to oblige. Because really, I'm just kind of shooting at the hip with this. So if anybody has any, hey, I really want you to talk more about training, or talk more about like dieting tips, or talk more about like how do you balance work, life, all that, like whatever, man. Like, so just let me know what you'd like to hear and see more of, and do my best to make it happen. Thanks for sticking around. That's all I got. That's all I got this week. So just remember, you don't have to be strong to start, but you got to get started to be strong. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.